paradise.
Far Cry 6 takes place in 2021 in Yara, a fictional Caribbean island nation inspired by Cuba and ruled by the dictator Antón Castillo. Giancarlo Esposito, 15, 16, 17, a 1967 guerrilla revolution that toppled the presidency of his father, led to Yara's isolation from the rest of the world. Since then, the country's economy has approached the brink of collapse. In 2014, Antón is elected president and oversees the creation of Viviro, a new cancer treatment developed from Yara's tobacco, promising it will make the economy stable. 7 years after being elected, Antón announces a draft lottery to conscript citizens as farmers in the tobacco fields. Antón has a 13-year-old son, Diego Anthony Gonzalez, whom he grooms to be his successor. In the capital Esperanza, as Yara's armed forces round up citizens for the draft, Dani prepares to escape to Miami in the United States via fishing boat, alongside friends Lita Torres and Alejo Ruiz. Alejo is shot and killed after provoking troops in the street, while Dani and Lita flee to the awaiting boat filled with other refugees and escape. However, Antón stops the boat and reveals that Diego was attempting to flee with them. After retrieving Diego, he orders the boat sunk by gunfire. Dani survives the commotion and wakes up with a mortally wounded Lita on an island's beach, far away from Esperanza. As Lita dies, she urges Dani to look for the nearby Clara Garcia, leader of the guerrilla movement Libertad. Upon arrival, Clara tells Dani to invite ex-spymaster and weapon maker Juan Cortez back into Libertad, disrupt the production of Viviro tobacco in the island, and clear the blockade trapping the guerrillas in the region. Once Dani fulfills all the tasks, Clara gives Dani a boat to flee Yara. If Dani does not leave, Clara gives the order to aid anti-Castillo forces throughout Yara's 3 major regions, Madrugada, Val d'Oro, and El Este, and convince them to help Libertad oust Antón. In Madrugada, Dani searches for the revered Montero family, who are allied with the region's guerrillas and tobacco workers. They take down General José Castillo, Antón's nephew, commander of Yara's Air Force, and a slave driver who robbed the Monteros and other local farmers of their lands. Over in Val d'Oro, Dani assists the rap band Morchimas Matanzas in airing TV and radio performances to push back against pro-Castillo propaganda spread by Maria Marquesa, Yara's Minister of Culture and Diego's mother. Upon killing Maria during a televised interview about Viviro, they encounter Dr. Edgar Reyes, the scientist behind Viviro's conception. It is revealed that he performed cruel experiments on disenfranchised tobacco workers in concentration camps as part of his effort to create the drug. With this in mind, Dani goes to one of his research facilities and kills him. Meanwhile in El Este, a man known as El Tigre awaits Dani's arrival on top of a mountain hideout housing the veteran revolutionaries who overthrew Antón's father. While he is willing to help Libertad, the others are not. So Dani shows them photos of poor working conditions in tobacco farms to convince them to join. While attempting this, Dani comes across an anarchist rebel group of university students who are fighting against Yara's naval commander Admiral Benitez. The two groups unite and storm Benitez's fort to kill her, ending her iron-fisted rule on Yara's seas. They then track down Sean Rey, a Canadian business magnate who handles Viviro exports and imports, and either kill him or make a deal with him to finance Libertad. After uniting the anti-Castillo forces under Libertad, Dani learns that Antón is holding Clara at his private island's villa, under the pretense of a parley. When Dani confronts him, he and Diego reveal that Antón has been suffering from leukemia for 13 years, and the Viviro treatment stopped working 6 months earlier. Impressed by Dani's feats, and wishing that Diego has a protector for when he dies, Antón demands that Dani become his general in exchange for Clara's life. Juan attempts to assassinate Antón but opts to shoot Diego instead, though Dani knocks him out of the way. In response to the shooting, Antón kills Clara and escapes with Diego to Esperanza. Backed by the anti-Castillo forces, Dani enters Antón's presidential palace alone and confronts him in his office with a gun. Dani promises to protect Diego, but Antón, believing that Diego would instead be tortured as he had been after his father's toppling, shoots him before committing suicide. The resistance forces unite with Dani and witness the Castillo corpses. They unanimously declare Dani the new leader of Yara, but Dani refuses the leadership, turning it over to them. After burying Clara, Dani and Juan wage war against Castillo's surviving loyalists.
You want to go hunting?
An alternate ending occurs if Dani sails away from Yara before confronting Castillo. Dani will be shown 3 months later relaxing on a beach in Miami, with a news broadcast detailing how Castillo has consolidated his hold over Yara by crushing rebel forces and executing Clara.
And we eat the fucking lambs. Fucking lambs.